right now.
Oh yeah, I got that, dude.
I only pressed record now because I didn't want to have to edit any of this. This is going to be like a full movie. This is, oh my God, like an hour and 40 minutes long.
Hour and 40 minutes. I thought I was going in for an hour and 30 minutes, but you just got
why is this movie so long? It's movies from like 1982. It shouldn't be that long. Let's play now. Just get it going.
You're just Vince Russo tonight. You're putting in the swerves.
Well, that's why I'm opening up the monster, getting myself the energy for this long haul.
One thing I've learned from your movies is always just have the pint available and ready, be ready to chug it back.
1982, downtown Toronto.
You said it was going to be Canadian. Is that John Ritter?
No, I don't think you're going to recognize many of these people.
Damn.
And it looks like a soap opera from like the 80s.
Hello.
This was made by Hamilton's
yes,
local station,
I was just on my way to the office. What
just
do you
as
want,
an excuse
Brad?
to get
I wanted to make sure you weren't
KinCon, so they
crapping
could
out
play
on
this at like midnight to fill in their quotas at the end of the week.
Kidnapping was my idea in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. Sure, baby.
Okay.
Did you get a hold of a gun?
Did you get hold of a gun?
I got one.
This is free on YouTube, and for anyone who can't watch YouTube on their TV but wants to see it full size or whatever later, because they're going to miss a lot because I'm going to be talking through it, you can always rent it from iStore if you're in Toronto, but otherwise it's on YouTube.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lucio's in a meeting right now. May I have him call you back?
I was first introduced to this film when an underground film club played it, and they invited several members of the cast. Who hadn't seen each other for 30 years. They were all sitting randomly amongst like the 25 of us in this little theater club. And at the end, they were all asked to stand up, and they were all really confused why they were there. And they asked us, why do you guys care? Why would you want to see this terrible thing? And I think one or two of them were a little embarrassed, but the rest of them were like, wow, we were amazed how much everyone enjoyed it. Because this movie is called The Tower. And it is basically human seed. It's about a personal computer that's made to do security for a building in Toronto, but it becomes too smart. And it starts thinking that the people in the building after hours are liabilities.
Look at the people missing.
Oh, okay. So you're going high concept with what you're screening once again.
Well,
it's kind of like with your McMurders, there's that abstract artistic sense, and this is going kind of the science fiction high concept. It's like
height of science fiction. This would make Ray Bradbury not proud.
And a junior executive.
All I'll tell you, you don't have to worry about this scene. I forget about the scene all the time. It's talking about the crazy guy they hired.
Whatever reason each of them had for disappearing has nothing to do with the fact that they all work at the same building.
And that random people have disappeared in that building. Because of the computer. But
do they say it in that voice during the movie?
The computer. No.
I'll go down there and check.
But the computer talks like this. And part of me, the way this is filmed,
there is nothing
the time period and the fashion, knowing that it's Toronto and that it's a big building with lots of different stores and offices, and for some reason on a higher floor has a public pool. I don't know, that's weird. But I'm kind of waiting for Jeff from today's special to come through. And
I was thinking the same thing.
And that the night security guards would be a puppet. I actually think there's a remake of this that was made by like an American TV special in like the 90s. Because I saw an ad for one and the plot was exactly the same, the title was the same, but it was later and it was American and it was made for TV again now. Music composed by Julia Hiddey on a tiny little keyboard going.
I gotta admit, the synthesizer, it keeps things a bit creepy, at least. It's maybe creepy for the wrong reasons.
And welcome to the Sandbox.
There's the computer's voice.
The world's most energy-efficient office structure. The technology which runs this building represents the latest developments in both scientific and environmental studies. Besides solar and thermal power, the Sandon building uses energy which, up to now, has gone relatively unused. It is a new and exciting source of energy that is abundant in supply and entirely ecologically safe.
The energy of this building is abundant in supply. The hairspray in this building is abundant in supply. Look at these graphics. Commodore 64 from hell.
Heat source present at
Is that going to be your next
level.
movie?
This information is filed in memory bank.
Maybe it'll be a short in my new anthology film. Thus being so behind on the Amityville Outhouse movie, I decided to make Amityville Outhouse movie into an anthology movie, with a toilet really telling you terrible stories. But because this movie isn't really that exciting, that's a lot of this. A great sin. I'm gonna eat random weird things throughout the show because I think that's the thing I do these days. I picked these up today. Reese's Puffs with bats. Oh, that's French. With bats. Reese's cereal for Halloween. Early, spoopy. Here was something big gonna happen here.
Oh.
Energy potential 3,345 BTUs. Activate heat gain.
So the computer wants to drain people's heat to get energy, so it doesn't have to use the city's energy. It thinks it's doing the city a favor.
Unfortunately, this represents only 7.37% of the potential. A faster transfer can result in more
Cereal
energy.
feels funny.
This will be noted for the future.
Did your cereal expire about 10 years ago?
Potential heat source.
No, I think it's brand new.
3,500
good.
BTUs.
I've never had Reese's peanut butter cup cereal. Have you?
52.164 kilograms.
I didn't know it existed.
Height.
I've known they had the puffs, like
170
regular little balls of
centimeters.
them, but I'm trying to see where there's an expiration date.
163 BTUs.
Oh yeah, we got till July 27th, 2022.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's great. You're getting yourself ready for Halloween.
Just the most exciting revolution to come to mankind.
This is what they look like.
Yeah.
They're just little bats that are chocolate and peanut butter,
Controls the heat,
but they're
light,
soft,
energy output of
like
this entire
peanut
structure.
butter inside
I'm very happy for
Reese's.
Oh,
Imagine.
I mean, they're kind of
This whole
crunchy, but they
building.
feel like
It's
chunks of
self-sufficient.
Reese's peanut butter.
Body heat can operate this place
Oh, I'm gonna
indefinitely
crunch
with
all
only a
through the
minimum
film.
of mechanics.
that's fantastic. This is the French
Imagine
edition.
reduction in natural fuels.
If you want your tower extra crispy,
Arrays. I'm talking about the future.
I'm teasing, Mr. Watson. I'm sure it's a wonderful concept.
but this woman was
It's
at that
just that
screening.
sometimes
She was,
I'm a little wary
she
of
got it. She
progress.
seemed to think it was still funny.
There are 2 buildings in the country with this system.
He was not.
My system. Next year, maybe a 3rd.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Sandon will be
He's the
impressed.
creepy scientist who invented the computer and is the
Okay.
Stockholders meetings, dividends, takeovers.
Why? What happens to him in this film? I have a feeling he might have
And
produced
absent
this film too.
secretaries. I have to go.
His role
Run
is
up also Cal
weird.
Raced. You're helping to run at least one typewriter and light fixture.
You sure know how to sweet talk a girl, Mr. Watson.
Right, I'm gonna eat something softer. And I'm gonna
Right.
eat a moon pie.
We'll get right on it.
Oh, penny whistles
No,
and moon
I'm
pies.
not
You're
sure
doing a
what the
whole
reason
batch.
is. I'll check it out tonight.
Moon
I promise.
and the bats
Okay.
for Halloween.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's so high concept.
Recreation level
Just
sound.
like this movie.
Secretary on her break got a
Yes.
shock.
You can check that out later. This is Inspector O'Neill from head office.
Hi.
Well, you're giving the fans a
He's here
really
to check
good
out
taste
the,
of what's coming for
disappearances.
Halloween, right?
Oh, it's
Split
probably
some
the
holes,
ghost.
bit
From
of
all
horror
The
movie,
building
and
staff
the
have
whole-
made up a story about an old Indian
And 1 week
burial
from
ground
today,
address and
I'll be doing a
ghosts that
4-hour
take
streaming
people
film
away.
fest of the weird films I've been
Joe's
talking
been
about
watching a lot
for
of
the
TV
Son of
lately.
Terrible Fest.
Do
So
you believe in
that's when
ghosts?
Halloween legitimately starts.
I don't believe it's as simple as that, do you?
So people have been missing in this building. Security's wondering
It's
about that, but they're not
5:30.
really going to do much about it. And they don't think to question
Okay,
the crazy
in a
computer
minute.
guy who's making the computer
No
and talks to it.
promised.
There you go. Tuesday morning, you're in control.
Thank you, Mr. Watson.
Promise the computer He let her go on autopilot for the night, so he'd go out for finally.
Night, Lola.
He hasn't been social enough, and the computer
Have a nice
wants him to be
weekend.
social.
Hey, the big twist.
You can rest assured, Mr. Watson, that I will continue to do my job in maintaining proper energy levels. And in your absence, I have taken an interesting direction towards maximizing the amount of energy from our secondary source. I myself was quite surprised by the amount of energy available during the off hours.
Wait for the computer to go.
Initiate closing procedures. Telephone system, power off. Terminal 16 to 350,
That's a weird thing.
power off. Security lock system, power off. Copy equipment, power off.
It's like reverse of the other
Initiate
Canadian
off-hours
great
heat
sci-fi
recovery
classic,
system.
Captain Power.
That's a really good observation.
When he would say, power on.
I think any viewers from the 80s, they would remember that. That was something like Saturday at what, 5:30?
Starring the original face from the A-Team.
Oh, really?
In the pilot for the A-Team. The guy who was Captain Power.
Everyone
was
wants to
face.
get ready for the
And
long
then,
weekend.
I don't know
Get
why
away
he
from
didn't
the jobs
stay,
for a
but
while,
then the
you
guy
know?
we know his face, who was also from Battlestar Galactica.
No, I guess you don't know.
Brad, not here.
What's that?
I don't want anyone to see us together.
And these two
You don't belong
were
here.
also
Tell
at
me
the
where I
secret
don't
screening.
belong.
I don't think
Too good
she
for a
got
guy
it,
from the old
but he
neighborhood,
thought
eh,
it was
Laura?
hilarious that we all thought it was funny.
Have you got everything?
Yeah, just like you said.
Will you just remember and do
And
everything?
some of these people were like,
I
you
say?
know,
Just
local
remember our
models
deal.
or wannabe actors, and
You
they
do your
thought,
job,
oh, a
and I'll
TV
do
movie, that's going to be like being in the States. Some 80s TV movie that's always a big hit with either, you know, like someone from a popular sitcom or, you know, a 60s or 70s actor appearing in it. But in Canada, it's not the same thing.
Earth calling Ben Tanner. Come in, Ben. Not that I'm humble or anything, but the copy is dynamite.
No, it's not.
I might be new here, but I learned really fast.
You just drew that really fast.
You're gonna have to watch
That's
out
not
for your job, Ben.
a good design.
Well,
Not bad.
not bad.
Punching through the movie.
Is that do it again? Not bad.
I'm giving everyone a real theater
Just
aspect. If you haven't been
change the pitch
comfortable
a
enough to
little
go to a
and,
theater
try
yet,
to make it more
I'm that
sincere.
guy sitting
This is
behind you
an ad
crunching
for a
really loud.
revolutionary new dish soap.
I'll even be on my phone
Where
during
does
it.
sincerity fit in?
Like the legend about when we went to see Mortal Kombat 2.
You know,
Yeah, I guess I was the
We
dickhead
wouldn't have to
during that.
worry
Yeah,
about you,
that's
boss.
true. I was the one talking.
and I think that I know just the thing to get you
Then,
back.
I'm gonna eat
into
some
the groove.
dates so that hopefully, you know, all this
People
junk
still
food
use that
doesn't bug
word.
me
The
up.
word is
Really?
Sheila.
So you just want some extra fibers for
Sheila.
extra food in
It's
the
a
morning?
known fact that she thinks you're
Rita made some cupcakes with
Interesting.
them yesterday, and I was like, man,
It's
they're really
also a
good.
known
And then I
fact that
started
she's
noticing
not
I
even
started eating
20.
the dates.
she likes older men.
And this
Good for
morning,
you.
I think she's
great
smart.
movements this morning.
Which reminds me,
Oh,
I gotta get
wonderful.
out of here soon. I
Time
got
to
a
play the
date
game
with
for
the
sure.
account exec.
If anyone watching doesn't
Lindsay
know what I'm
Walker?
talking about Mortal Kombat 2,
What are you trying to do, steep your way to promotion now?
Girls do it. Why
Mortal
can't I?
Kombat 2, as you probably know,
Zach, you're such a
really,
sleazebag.
really
Come
sucked.
on,
The
I
whole
have a sense of
went
a
out to see it, and Adam's just ranting about every little detail that he hated about it, which was almost everything until I think some people behind him just told him to shut up, and he turned around. Some versions of the story turns around and says, "No, you shut up." Other versions of the story, Adam just gives a, "This movie's so crap. How can you take it seriously?" or something like that. Like, I don't know what you were.
I think that's what I said. I'm like, seriously? What are you missing? What am I ruining for you that's not already terrible? Something to that extent, yeah.
I just love a man in a uniform.
This just makes me want to watch episodes of Danger
Aren't you at
Bay.
least glad to see me?
No, of course not.
No, it doesn't.
It's just that there's a real company man around
It does
tonight.
kind of make me want to watch episodes of today's special, though.
It does, because the computer does remind me of TXL, with the whole artificial intelligence thing.
Not tonight.
They have a talking computer in that?
Yes, they do. TXL.
Oh.
There are even segments of today's special where there was a game that you had to play, and it was run by TXL, or TXL would sometimes do the narration.
Right. Maybe I did just remember that, and it was in the back of my head, and that's why I felt that way. Other than the concept that I was thinking that this mall should have a puppet for a security guard.
This is my friend, Cindy.
Retro Entertainment
personnel on duty are not.
Or Retro Ontario, sorry, is the one group that does a bunch of videos online, and for Christmas they played the Day Special Christmas special just on repeat all day long. Which is very weird because when the security guy leaves and he forgets his keys and tries to sneak back in, and then he gets arrested for trying to break into because he's not wearing his security uniform, so they actually put different clothes on the puppet. Then when he's like, go inside and go get Jeff, and Jeff will explain to you who I am, to a police officer, and they're like, who's Jeff? And he's like, he's a mannequin? But then you realize that the person who's talking is a puppet, so like, that's even weirder. The mouse is called Muffy. What's the woman called?
Oh, Jody.
Jody, right. Okay. I was going to say Janice. I thought it was a J name.
And later on, she was a newscaster on CBC.
And would appear in random movies as newscasters.
Really?
Yeah, if you look, I don't know if that's on her IMDb or not, but I mean, I can't off the top of my head think of it, but there's quite a few movies that are filmed in Toronto, and they would use her to be the newscaster because she was already like in a studio and that kind of thing. They were filmed around like 86, 87, that kind of thing.
Well, no, the more you know. Everyone always likes to talk about how Jeff played the Phantom of the Opera.
Did who play the Phantom of the Opera?
Jeff did.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was his thing, though. He was like wasn't he a ballet performer before all that? Because that seems like what he does.
Definitely, he did the dance. Like he was definitely into theater.
Yeah, but it was like into like high level like competitive dance stuff. He would do like these weird little dance numbers where he was like, you know, martial arts levels of spinning around and shit like that. He would do. Right. I think after watching the Christmas special, I was looking up that, and it was like even recently, he's still in Toronto and does like big stage productions and stuff like that, or maybe he had school for dance or something like that for years. It looks like they're watching The Ring on that one TV. It looks like that shot when the video that you see on The Ring when you put the tape in, and there's a shot of the hill with the tree. Maybe that's why the computer's possessed. Like it has predator vision of people, but like shitty Vic 20 predator vision.
Heat source 2, BTU potential.
What's a BTU?
3,750.
I have no idea.
It categorizes that as like the amount of electricity it could take from somebody.
BTU potential 3,925.
The hotter you are, the more energy it could take. I have to look it up. It must be a thing because they don't explain it, so I assume it's not something they made up. I remember the last time I screened this to a bunch of people, we kept joking about it, and I didn't look it up at the time. We just kept saying that it was butt potential.
What is your potential if you have all this butt potential?
Well, like you don't have a good butt, but you got the right shape that if you put some work into it and ate the right type of stuff, you'd have a good butt.
Oh, okay. So that's promoting fitness, I guess.
Maybe. Or buttness. No internet connection. What the hell?
I'm ready to start the work now, Mr. Sandor.
I'm ready to start the work now, Mr. Sandor.
I'll be ready to review it in 2 hours.
Oh, the restaurant's closed, so
British
I brought up some
thermal
sandwiches.
unit.
I'll be going out for dinner later.
British thermal unit. That's a unit of heat to the British somehow, but it's also part of the United States customer units.
Joanna, working late. Not too long, I hope.
Potential
And you?
use of Fahrenheit.
Top
So,
level work.
what BTUs mean to air conditioning? British thermal unit. Yeah. It's like a Fahrenheit and a
Mr. Sandon.
Celsius, but in its own scientific unit.
What do you want?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's about
Now we
this
know.
position.
What butt power
The
is?
personnel office is open
Isn't
on
it?
Tuesday.
Isn't it always?
Good night.
Good night.
I want that position, Mr. Sandon.
Don't they all?
What do you expect me to do about it?
You could get it for me.
I expect you to
Why should I
put me
want
in
to do
that
that?
position, Mr. Sandal.
Because I deserve it. And because I will do anything I have to for it.
Anything covers a lot of territory.
Anything. Do you need anything right now, Mr. Sandal?
You have ambition, Miss...
Martin. Laura Martin.
Miss Laura Martin.
I like how she assumed he didn't know her
Why
name.
don't you start
You don't even know who I am.
copying these contracts?
And the job?
Mm-hmm. We'll discuss that later.
I definitely got a job for you. That's what he meant. I mean, not really making that any worse than it is. One of the bats in the cereal is a golden bat. Like the Japanese superhero of all superheroes, Golden Bat. I don't know if you're familiar.
What the hell? It's Lola.
Are you familiar with Golden Bat?
Yeah.
Not at all.
President Big Brother.
About Golden Bat until right now.
What is this? A riddle
Well,
for
when
the
this is
new guy?
over, look up Golden Bat.
Lola's the computer that runs the whole building.
He's perhaps
the lights,
Japanese,
heat stores.
Japan's first comic book character.
Everything?
Golden Bat. Okay, I'll do that.
Had an epic black and white
What
movie.
she does is
It's had
that
some really
just the
weird
outfit that suits
cartoons
me.
over the generations
After
since
5,
then,
there's
but he's pretty cool.
no workers, so there's no need for full light, is there?
Imagine
that
Batman
mean
took
we're
his
about to go
mask
home?
off and he was just a skeleton.
Nice try.
Holy shit.
It's like, don't sing the song right. We might have to pay copyright for it. La 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 la. I'm saying it like Sylvester Stallone singing. Maybe Frank Stallone.
I can't argue with that.
Give me a break.
It's the plaza from Die Hard.
What are you doing? Give me another program?
On the Commodore 64.
There must have been a Commodore 64
Okay.
Die Hard game. I bet there was.
See what your source is.
That you could
That's
get from
the
like
next
cassette.
thing to look up after this.
No, it's one of the cassettes you would like put into the little player and it would go. Your game has now loaded.
Access
Only
denied.
level 1 has loaded. I went on this kick of like finding old tapes of those games from the 80s because in the UK they embraced the game use of the Commodore 64 when America didn't, because they'd already released the Atari and shit like that, so why bother? But they made all these games on audio cassette that it would send the digital signal out and make it to a game. It was really, really shit.
I've got
It
2
made them
more
have
hours of
really cool
processing
like
to do. Can't
heavy
you
metal
understand
covers
some
on them all the
funny, right?
time, but the game was still like this. Graphics do make me kind of want to play, what was that? Maniac Mansion.
Oh, right.
I've been enjoying my Genesis a lot lately, and I really need to get some old WWF games for Genesis so I can punch people to have them go, remember days after school going to your place and playing Genesis Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, Royal Rumble for Super Nintendo, and then Genesis Royal Rumble. That had a whole Hogan in it.
Oh shit! I bet it cost more than. I bet if I found it somewhere, it'd probably be pretty pricey.
Because it was this big deal because it came in the summer of 1993, and Hogan just seemed to have disappeared from the WWF after his defeat by Yokozuna, and here he is still coming out with a WWF video with Genesis. That was a big deal.
I wonder if the plan was to have them on both, but because they realized, oh shit, you're going to fucking WCW, that they like removed him from the Super Nintendo one.
You have the access code? This place is off limits.
This place is off limits.
The access code.
I thought I drew his penis there for a second. I was like, what's going on?
The penis is the access code.
The place looks like NASA.
Oh, probably a lot of heat, a lot of BTU coming from there.
From the penis?
Yeah.
Maybe
everybody
There
does.
you go.
No.
Hopefully we'll try to, if you accidentally, your penis touches a socket somewhere, the computer will suck your energy out.
Your girlfriend doesn't listen too well, does she?
I'm sorry,
Could be a reprimand.
I'll get her. No one has to know about it.
Computers, snacky, ooh, they're exciting.
Please complete your identification process.
This is Inspector O'Neill, Bernhardt Security. Who are you, lady?
Who are you, lady?
I am not a lady. I am Lola. Please
La la
complete your
la
identification
Lola.
process, Mr. Watson.
The name is O'Neill.
Door's locked. I can't open it.
I don't know what this is, but you better open that door.
The identification process must commence immediately, or energy transfer will be affected, Mr. Watson.
So you want to play games?
Why would they make a computer that could do that? It seems like the actual scientist
You are not Mr.
didn't know
Watson.
it was going to happen.
So sue me.
I cannot sue. I do not have that mode.
The sue mode.
Hey, the computer, it's talking to me in that wild.
Heat value, 3,798 BTUs. Prepare for
3,800
energy transfer.
That's why they're missing, because it evaporates you when it sucks up all your heat. So leave like a little pile of dust. That would have been way cooler. Or smoking shoes. Everything needs smoking shoes when someone dies.
Life value, undetermined.
Just in this movie or in general?
Well, in general, like in anything. That's the thing I regret the most of not doing, amongst all the many other things I regret not doing properly in the Personal Space Invader movies. But I really wanted a part where he shot someone with a laser and then they were just smoking shoes. And I totally had that plan and forgot all about it. And then we were like coming close. We'd set a date to when we were only going to do 7 days of filming and then just release it as a test to see if we could do it. And then in the sequel, I just completely forgot.
So just make Personal Space Invader 3.
Well, it'll happen.
The quest for the smoking shoes.
And what they do is they end up finding the magical shoes that give them the magical moves.
Holy shit! Together they had power to do what was right. But
MC Hammer power.
Give up the fight.
Yesterday I was watching some episodes of the Kid and Play cartoon, so my mind's in that area.
I didn't know Kid and Play had their own cartoon. I just knew about it at the party.
Wasn't that great? But actually, it was more of an actual like linear show than like the wacky Hammerman show. It felt like dumbed down versions of what they go through in the movies, just without swear words. I wonder if they were like, oh, this is being exciting by having this woman in a yellow bikini swimming back and forth constantly. So someone will be flicking through the channels and at 1 o'clock, probably while high, and be like, ooh, I'll stay on this. And then it just goes to shots of corridors of a little old lady walking around forever. As Terry Funk would say, forever. Did you used to stay up late on Saturday nights and watch Saturday Night Live and then catch Elvira when it would come on after that?
I never really followed Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, in general, I didn't too much, but I knew that it ended at 1 a.m. on Saturday. And as a teen, an early teen, had a little TV in my bedroom, so I would turn it back on and at least got that channel to come in. I think Global had it back in the day. And at 1 o'clock, Saturday Night Live would end. It would immediately do a commercial and say, "This is what a bag of crack looks like," and it would just slide out a body bag. It says, "Don't do drugs," and then go into Elvira.
Young man, the elevators are out of order.
I'd heard of her, seen the movie, and like discovered that, but in the mid-90s, the early 90s, like 95 to 96 or so,
I should try to get some.
maybe a couple of years more than that, in fact, it would consistently play on Global at like 1 a.m. But it would always drug warning commercial. Usually this is what a bag of crack looks like commercial. Assuming that if you stayed up till 1 a.m., made it all the way through Saturday Night Live and planned to watch Elvira, you probably do drugs. I mean, odds are they were probably right. I mean, oddly, I didn't. I think as our friend Chris used to say, it's one of the baked of the non-baked. So are you most of the time, too. Soft saxophone music while at the copy machine. So she's seducing her boss at the photocopier while soft saxophone plays. That's like the most porn stereotype ever. This quality of film, if someone was to watch this, they were like, "Oh my god, this is a porn. This is like a 70s porn. Where's that guy's mustache? And will his penis have a mustache?"
It's the kind of thing that when you're a kid, you're having a sleepover, you're changing the channels. This is what the other kids are saying.
Or he's trying to like switch the dial TV between the channels that were like the scrambled channels.
Which flashes us back to a classic Craven song.
Scrambled porno. Because tomorrow is Jace Van Ravenstein's birthday. Happy birthday, Jace. You'll never see this unless you follow our Patreon, but you know, whatever. But everyone else can say happy birthday to a guy whose last name is Van Ravenstein. Just a legend that we grew up with in high school. A legend who was real and is real. But not Israel. He's in Canada. Oh no! They didn't have the effects to evaporate them, so they just erased them from the drawing. Oh no, there we go. Oh, what are they doing?
Oh no, horrible computers.
Evaporated mid photocopier hump. Oh, the photocopier unphotocopied them.
Blank value. Undetermined pending further analysis.
Every time it kills somebody, it questions it. Is there value to that? And then it never knows.
Yeah, you gotta measure your BPUs.
Yeah, but it tries to figure like, was that right to have done it? And since it's undetermined, might as well have to try again. You know, computer's not sure. How else is it gonna figure out if it's wrong? To kill more. I kind of feel that's how Ontario Health works.
Where's my husband?
There's been an accident in the copy room. It was terrible.
What sort of accident?
I don't really know what it was.
What are you talking about?
Mr.
Evaporated.
He's gone.
This old lady's actually a good actor. I wonder who she was
like?
Something.
I've never seen anything like it.
The rest of them are.
It was like
not
some
so
kind
good.
of boost of electricity.
I saw the same kind of thing in the computer room.
Mr. Watson?
No, one of my bosses. He's dead.
What is going on here?
Oh, there is dust. They did turn to gray dust. Oh no, it's a photocopy of his butt. Oh no, it was two hands. There's just her butt on there.
Dipping into the company ink again.
Oh, that's a great line.
And who was she this time?
Dipping into
Another
the company ink
secretary?
again.
Richard. 20 years I put up with this. 20 years.
There's a slight German accent.
In order to contain energy and heat sources within my perimeter, I shall now close off operation of all elevators within the structure.
Everybody's going somewhere. We're just sitting here.
Builds character.
Whoa. It takes a long time to make these guys relevant.
You're pretty good at this.
You're getting to meet so many people in the building
Well,
who were there
practice.
after closing hours.
I heard that you had your own agency once.
Something like that.
Something like that.
What happened?
Unfortunately, not too much.
Who was she?
Some bitch.
Laura Martin.
Dirty, dirty Laura Martin. Such a generic name. If I ever meet another Laura Martin,
After hours,
I'm just
nobody's
going to call
here.
them Dirty, dirty Laura
I saw
Martin.
2 men and a girl earlier on the elevator.
Cindy. My girlfriend. She's at the pool. I have to get her.
She dropped the kids off at the pool. I got to get her.
Well, the one man got off at the advertising agency. It's a few floors down.
Energy transfer. 4.3566% of potential.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just frozen in
These
time for a
elevators are
moment, that's all.
I'll take the stairs.
And this
What do
is
we
where it
do?
becomes a
We'll
movie
get ourselves
about
to the agency.
staircases.
I'll get Cindy and I'll meet you there.
Obviously, they were only allowed to
Beginning to
film in
sound
certain
ridiculous.
parts of
We
this
just can't sit here.
building,
The elevators are
so
broken. We
they
don't
film a
have
lot
any choice.
in the stairway.
You like stairway movies, Adam?
If you like stairway movies, you got stairway movies right now.
Oh shit! I never really looked into stairway movies before. Maybe I'll be into this.
This is not a stairway to heaven, I'll tell you that.
Or is it a stairway too?
The tower.
I sure as hell ain't gonna collect a ransom off a pile of dust.
Man, that jacket that comes with its own belt. It's like, I mean, the arms are a bit big, but I mean, even to this day, those type of leather jackets haven't changed that much. But no one thought of bringing back the belt inside the jacket. Look, it just, anyone who has that jacket is 30, 40 years old.
Well, little Laura, looks like you bit off just a little bit more than you could chew this time.
Her and the girl that was having an affair with the guy on the photocopier, they were planning on him stealing money from the company in case no one caught that. But she did, so now he's got to steal money all on his own. I'm eating so much during this.
Lindsay says that you deserve a higher position here, that you got shafted.
I think Lindsay talks too much.
Yeah, she
So why
does.
are you back?
It's not important anymore. Let's finish this job tonight, all right?
You know what I'm gonna
I don't wanna
do?
Keep Lindsay waiting.
I'm gonna make this so that people want to see the actual
Will you
film
be
on their
part of
own.
that?
I'm gonna jump a chunk of this movie out, but I'm gonna jump a chump. Jump a chump. Jump a chump. That's a new candy I'm gonna start. I'm gonna jump a chunk. But by doing it,
Search location for heat sources.
it will not confuse you about the plot at all. You will not miss anything.
So it's still going to be about the computer
Activate heat.
devouring people.
I'm betting you, if I was to jump a couple of minutes out of this film, you wouldn't notice it was gone.
Shit.
Yeah, I guess being that it was a TV movie, that probably explains why it was like an hour 42. Because
supposedly grabbing people and zapping them.
okay, maybe you do get confused.
Why isn't it happening now?
They've just met up with the other two, and they explained to them that people were being zapped and been evaporated.
Apart from the fact that my roving husband enjoyed a little night work, I can't say that I know.
You don't believe me?
Hey, I don't know what to believe. I have to admit it's not your usual Friday night wind down.
Well, whatever. I'm going to call Richard's lawyer.
Well, whatever. Fuck you guys.
Prepare for energy transfer.
Look.
Oh, this seems great. I just remembered this.
Security guard. He saw it also.
Where is he?
Ben.
Zach!
It shot lightning at him. It's just a waste of energy, Lola. Why would you do that? At no point did they say that Lola was actually possessed by a ghost.
Continue life and heat search.
But somehow Lola has legit magical powers to move a analog phone. Does not have parts that it can move.
Lola is doing this.
The computer.
Well, whatever it is, it's got my number.
But this is ridiculous. Computers don't kill people.
You better talk to your
I guess it's an English accent. She kind of sounds like she'd be like Sharon Osbourne's mom. There. There's that thing on the TV that looks like the ring. That like a hill with trees.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's that. It's the thing beside the pool. Now I see what it is. Okay.
This could have maybe inspired the ring. And the tree
Well, just
by
like the
pool.
ring, from the moment we're recording this, it's 7 days until Son of Terrible Fest. But most people will see this and it will be later than that.
Oh.
I posted like a picture across the internet that just said 7 days, starting at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/Riot at the Movies. But I forgot to put what the actual date was. So if people see that poster tomorrow, they won't actually know when it's happening.
Why can't we just leave?
Well, I don't understand it either, honey. I think something's gone wrong with the computer.
Damn computer.
We're safe here, but we should get down to the others.
What others?
Well, I met some other people on the way up. They're waiting for us below somewhere.
It says barf on his shoulder pad.
Will we get out okay?
We get out okay?
Girls?
Yep, the Golden Girls pillow. What are you guys doing here?
That ought to hold you for now.
Oh, he was in pain.
Your sound
You won't
effects
be chasing
really
me for a while.
integrate into this really well. Sometimes
think
I
that
actually
should be a
think
problem.
that's coming from the movie.
Doesn't run from me.
Someone's crunching a lot in this movie. Oh, they're all on the stairway, but at different parts of the stairway that they haven't even met each other. The security guard and his girlfriend, the
Look,
criminal,
what's
he just
going
saw
on
the
up there.
security guard. And these
Seem to be
four,
safe here.
they just like, we'll hide in the stairway.
Go
There's
downstairs,
no
see if I can find a way
computers
out.
here.
Oh, and while you go off exploring, you expect us to stay here?
You'll only slow me down.
You old
I
bitch.
assure you, I'm quite capable of looking after myself.
I know Kung Fu.
Then there won't be any trouble staying with Zach.
Because Zach has his big cell phone
Going
with
with
him.
you.
Oh, wait, that's Zach Morris.
I don't know what's down there.
You'll need me. I know the building.
This is even older than Saved by the Bell. No one had cell phones at this point. Not even giant deadly cell phones you could use for self-defense. I was thinking of that scene in the first Lethal Weapon.
Gorilla that walks into a bar and has a banana daiquiri. Anyways, the bartender figures he's probably not too smart, so he charges him $20 for the drink. A little later on, the bartender says, "You know, we don't get too many gorillas in here."
Gorilla says, I'm not surprised at $20 a shot. Yeah.
Well, that guy's fired. At some point, you're gonna see the front doors of this building, and it has a symbol on it, which makes me think it's some sort of government building. I've always been wondering what the building is. It looks like
39.
the old liquor store symbol or the old like Oakhead symbol. I'm not sure, but
what?
Keep an eye out for it.
39th floor. Which one were you with? Myers. Must have some pretty important papers there.
Oh, this? I just carried out a habit, I guess.
You should be glad you're safe.
Look, all I want is the way out of here, okay?
We'll reach the others soon. Right, Jerry?
Have you moved on from your beer to whiskey?
Yeah.
What others?
Like, I had to really
hopefully some others.
I meant to ease these things in, but I knew if I was going an hour and a half to kind of
One's a secretary, and the other's old lady Sand on herself.
Luckily now that I jumped ahead a few minutes, it'll only be an hour and 35 minutes. So.
Damn. Well, I learned the time that you like to Robo Vampire, where you got to keep yourself lubed up.
A Robo Vampire?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Be glad I never made you watch the sequels. Even I can't get through them.
There are multiple sequels?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're not really sequels. They're like made by the same people, and like one's called Counter Destroyer, and like halfway through the movie, the Robo Vampire cop just shows up again. And in the sequel, Devil's Dynamite is about like more of a superhero because he's not a RoboCop anymore. He's like a silver Power Ranger. So it seems like they've perfected how to make that. And he again fights the vampires, but he can like he presses a button on his wrist and he turns it. He gets the same helmet, but he's got like a more streamlined suit and he can do kung fu.
Could be working for the
That's
boss
great.
of life.
No, it's not.
Or her husband.
You know it's bad if I'm telling you it's bad.
Damn.
My life sucks. I've been working in this office so long.
So have I. My life sucks. I've been working in this office so long, but now it's gonna kill us. Oh well. Oh no, Adam jumped ahead. Oh, now it's that computer guy. He's at a bar because the computer told him to go to a bar.
Oh, I should stop doing that woman's voice. Don't need to do that. And this is just weird. The whole side story of what the computer guy's been doing after Lola said, go out, socialize for a weekend. He's been in front of the computer too long. So he just goes to a strip joint. Again, this is that bit that someone will be like looking through at 1 in the morning going, whoa, with this film quality and showing them stripping, like, this is gonna be something sleazy as fuck. And then they stay and it's like, no, it's just a bunch of people talking in stairways.
Hey, baby. Want to buy a working girl a drink?
Yeah, sure. Waitress.
The usual, please. Thank you. This is really only ginger ale, you know. But you're paying for Dom Perignon.
Oh.
You're stupid.
I've never done this before.
Then what?
Bought a strip, exotic dance for a drink.
Hey, man, listen. Here, I'm a stripper. And here you sit every Friday night. I've seen you.
Oh, I really admire your,
that guy in the background. That's right. I'm
sheer
watching
physical
you
energy
watch this
put into your
movie
performance.
while I'm in an actual strip joint.
Indicates an impressive light and heat energy output. In the region of 4,000 BTUs, I'd say.
Just me, does he kind of look like
British thermal
Eric
units?
Bischoff?
It's a method of measuring heat.
Baby.
I was thinking he was looking more like Waylon Smithers, but all right.
It's just kind of the way he does the hair, right?
The hair, yeah, sure. Eric Bischoff, yeah.
I'm interested in the transfer of...
What's that?
The paper. It's probably Lola.
Lola. Your wife?
No.
Your girlfriend? Well, who then?
Well, she's sort of a friend.
Sort of a friend? What sort of a friend? Do you screw her?
Good heavens, no.
Because remember, if you put your penis in the electric socket, she'll
Well,
suck all your heat
actually,
out.
Lola's not a person. She's a computer.
Oh. Wouldn't that make Lola an it instead of a she?
So man.
I better call in. Guess she changed her mind.
It changed its mind, you mean?
Those sound effects. Now the guy in the background's bored. I'm tired of watching you guys watch this movie.
Like in Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, well, in spite of the fact that my given name is Nigel, I don't think there was any intention on my parents' part
Make reference to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of
If
history's
she says
most
"sir" at the
famous
beginning, it
detective.
makes her seem intelligent. Because she knows that Conan Doyle was
Nigel,
knighted.
What you see here is a facade. Facade.
Takes her face off
the
to
front
somebody
part
else.
of anything, often used figuratively with implications of an imposing appearance, concealing something inferior. Except in my case, of course. But this opposing
I
appearance.
don't know what this scene is
good
about. They want to
mind.
like allude that he meets a stripper who is
I do
kind of
this
like the
bit for two
computer,
reasons.
so he falls in
One,
love with her. But
because
it
I
has
need the
nothing
money,
to do with the plot or
and
the
two,
rest of the
because I
film.
enjoy it.
Kind of like Rover Vampire, kind of jumps between. It's like
Talking
several
about
movies spliced
references,
together.
literally or
Yeah, but I mean, at
otherwise.
least those were actual several movies spliced
My real
together.
name is Lois.
As in Lane?
Touche.
Yeah, like Lois Lane, because I'm a nerd too.
So, tell me about your friend Lola.
Ah, Lola.
But yeah, she like to
Lola
explain
is an
something.
integral-
She like
well, the
froze
integral
and talked
part
like a
of,
robot for a moment to
support
show that
and maintenance
secretly
system
she's
designed for
robotic.
ultra-high
I was like
density
hoping at the
office
end she would
complexes.
tear her face off if she was a robot and she'd eat him or something.
Most
But
modern
spoiler,
buildings are
that doesn't
computerized
happen.
in one way or another, aren't they?
Yeah, but because of my system and Lola, Sandon building, for example, can be energy self-sufficient, completely independent of fossil fuels.
By high density, you mean a lot of human bodies, right?
Right.
And I am definitely a human body.
Yeah, definitely.
Your Sandon building is kept comfy cozy from the heat of human bodies?
Exactly.
Sandow building.
How?
Damien Sandow? I don't know if you were watching wrestling in the last like
Lola
15
has the
years.
ability to interface with
That guy had
every
like
electrical
a
appliance in the
moment in
building
wrestling and then he
and
disappeared.
transfer to our storage units energy derived from the users of
The
those
whole
appliances.
wrestling world's all excited because CM
Lights,
Punk's
telephones,
back.
typewriters, whatever.
Who cares?
Man,
Oh.
she gets her
Yeah.
kicks every which way, don't she?
Lola does not require failsafe. Failsafe is disconnected.
This is ridiculous. We're hiding like a bunch of rats.
You see, it's the only way. We're safe here. And I'm still responsible for everybody's safety.
Because how long this is going to take forever for me to upload, so it will actually be 6 days
Look, lady,
by the time
it doesn't
anyone
really matter what I
actually
think.
sees. 6 days
Looks to
before
me like the security boy over there is in
the Son of
charge.
Terrible Fest by the time anyone sees this, so. It'll be a great
Yeah,
Thursday
well, let's move
special.
out. Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
Thanks. Didn't think the coach was going to let me back in the game anyway.
Next time, Peter, I promise it'll just be a short film I make you watch.
This is kind of like the Iron Man.
Iron Man,
Well,
yeah.
right,
Are you
like,
Shawn
you have
Michaels
to
or are
do-
you
I
Bret
think it'd be
Hart?
better if you came with us.
I guess Bret Hart? Maybe? Wait, you'd have to be Shawn Michaels. You used to have the sweet
It'd probably
chin
be
music
easier if
going
you
on
took your
back in the
shoes off.
90s.
I'm not
Just slap my ass and kick people in the face.
I didn't mean anything. I'm just trying to help.
Go help your boyfriend.
Go to help. Should I go put some of this in milk? I wonder what it's like when that happens, if the milk all turns brown. I think that it assumes you'd have like a bowl that looks like a Reese's cup.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
If I did, I'd have already done that. I've already for sure would have put it in milk and be eating it that way.
And that would have been the reaction video. Watch Adam eat Reese's cereal out of a big peanut butter cup.
Yeah. America's all excited because they got Monster Mash that just came out this week. That's like all the classic different monster cereals like Boo Berry, Frankenberry, Chocula, plus the old ones mixed together into one bag.
Wow.
But I don't think we have that anywhere here yet. Not that I've seen.
Why is it not in Canada?
Well,
is it about like the food dyes they
the
use?
symbol. What is that symbol? The like a sort of Trinity flower, like not a fleur-de-lis, but like I feel like maybe just the Ontario government used to have that as a symbol before.
I really don't know. I didn't catch that. I was thinking too much about that monster master.
You'll see it again when he throws his chair at the door.
Oh yeah, that's the trillium. The Ontario government.
Didn't like pretty much most Ontario government places had that symbol, right?
That glass is shatterproof.
And it's gone back to that symbol.
And the computer has locked every other door.
So, in theory, wherever they're filming is a government
There's no way
building.
out.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. Interesting.
Tell me about the computer.
I don't know much about it.
I'd settle for the basics.
Tell me about the computer.
Basically.
Oh, I don't know. It's a secret. Tell me about your sex life. What? What a funny story, Mark.
Rises to heat sensors. And that heat is drawn by fans to water tanks, which are
How many times have you played football with
power is created
Tommy?
by a turbine.
Oh, he threw a ball to me once.
Just once.
I've seen him twice, but he only threw a ball to me
Well, then
once.
maybe, I mean, just maybe, there is something we can do.
What?
The one thing that stops any machine, pull the plug. Is there a problem?
Well, there was for O'Neill.
Look, you get me there, I'll figure something out.
In this one scene, he has more eye makeup on than he did in the other scenes.
I'll let you know when we get there.
You're not fooling anybody.
Do we have another choice?
We did our first Ride of the Movies screening event actually this weekend with just the local Patreon members who I invited to a small event. We played two movies, one called Loose Cannon, and that's not to be mistaken with the Loose Cannon movies that are famous. This movie is definitely not. It was very underground. And then a movie called Homicide McCloud Never Dies, which is about a cop who meets his dad who's traveled through time, and his boss is a furry who runs a secret CIA unit, and they have to fight a demon called the Bogamon. But if you're on the Facebook, I posted links to both those films so people can see them.
The boss is a furry, someone who dresses up in furry costumes.
Yes, I mean, he might just be a tiger, but he's just wearing a furry tiger head the whole time and never takes it off. But no one responds to it as if it's weird. But the main scientist that works at their office for their secret service agency, homicide agency, is an inflatable sex doll. And he talks as well, but wears a little doctor's jacket. But again, they never reply to that either. It's obviously just someone holding him at the bottom of the screen going, "Well, guys, thanks for coming to my office." And he's obviously an inflatable person. But that's just the world they live in.
Is that the world we live in too?
I think so. We just haven't noticed. Furries are real.
Need rest.
They're not people in costumes. They're just actual anamorphic people that mouths don't move very well.
I never. Okay, well, maybe that's just the problem of me living in Kingston. I'm just not exposed to the greater world like you are.
You're just not exposed to enough furries. We have her in the stairway not wearing any pants, so you know, hot stuff.
Well, I guess that's a typical scene in Toronto.
The no pants scene?
No pants and furries.
Yeah. I'm betting this is not in the same building that downstairs was. This little mall that's in the middle of this building.
In case this is some kind of today's special expanded universe movie.
They just pass by, and there's Jeff dancing around a Christmas tree that he's putting up. They don't reference it. They don't see it. And somewhere under this building is this. It's like the Toronto sewage system.
I usually don't lose control like that.
It's the Toronto Ninja Turtles are going to show up.
We do. Yeah.
That's profound. What are you, psychiatrist?
Toronto Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cowabunga, eh?
You talk with stereotypical Canadian accents.
Yeah, they're straight out hosers. We can't let Trip take over Tirana. Last week was Free Comic Book Day. And they actually released a Trailer Park Boys comic book.
Wow.
I mean, I got one of everything, so I mean, I spun through it, but I'm still not really sure why it exists. I'm just randomly touching my leg like that. Why is she doing that?
What's the problem?
That guy's married.
That for Mrs. Sandow.
Or maybe that's not a wedding ring. No, wrong finger.
Well,
No.
I guess it'll just be the three of us then, eh?
Jerry will
He said
be
A.
back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You could turn that into a drinking game with this movie if we...
Every time they go to a stairway, you take a shot.
A heat source has reappeared.
Every
There's
time it cuts,
alcohol poisoning right there.
Quick analysis
but the
and
groups
potential
change
transfer
every time?
process.
Because, like, at first it was just the criminal in the stairway. Then it was the security guard and his girlfriend. Then it was the secretary, the two advertising agents, and this old lady. And now it's the criminal and the girlfriend and the guy of the agency who was shot through the leg. So every time you see them, they mix up. So that means if it's a new stairway with different people, it's a shot. And I think if that was the case, you would have already had like 7 shots by now. You would be a little thing I like to call D-rung. And there's no way this is in the basement of that building.
What's this?
Where the power for the building is channeled from the turbines.
That's
What happens if we shut it down?
controls the
It would
entire
mess
sewage system in
everything
Toronto. Now this setting and this hair and this clothing, this film quality, it looks like all those VHS tapes of like how
It has
to
an access code,
beware of
punch
danger
in.
at the workplace. You should have a work helmet guy who's talking to someone
If it's
while
all the same
sticking
to you, I
like
really
a
don't
wrench
wanna touch
into
anything
a
electrical
socket
right
and going, ah! Or just like a guy lifting a box on a ladder and like he didn't put the ladder on the right place. And he looks back and just in slow motion falls off the ladder. And it shows like a dummy's leg go, ugh. Now it would look like they're in today's special. She's gonna find a magical hat. I realize Jeff and Frosty the Snowman are basically the same thing.
Oh yeah, you put a magic hat and they begin to dance around.
Yeah, and sing songs and shit.
Ventilation off. Remove oxygen supply.
Except Jeff doesn't melt immediately. Like,
Immediately.
I suppose he could, because he's made of wax. I don't know. Whatever a mannequin would have been made of in 1982. Oh, and now she's dressing up like Muffy. Muffy always wore a feather boa. Muffy looked like Ric Flair all the time.
I never made that connection.
And the security guard, he was obviously Arn Anderson.
So today's special is full of this Four
Horsemen.
Parable, something like that.
And Jeff was obviously wasn't Ole. No, it was later on version. So Jeff had to be Chris Benoit. I mean, Jodie was Tully Blanchard. Jodie Blanchard.
Is in operational.
Tully Jodie, I
Notify
think.
security post in main lobby.
What's Tully Blanchard's daughter called? She's got she's a big thing, or was for a bit, but then she kind of screwed over her career. But she was like the #1 like female wrestler for a bit there. It's actually Magnum TA's daughter, I think, but she has Blanchard as a last name because her mom married Tully afterwards, and she was raised by him.
I'm going to be watching today's special and be just looking for all these Four Horsemen parallels. and think about everybody else who was supposed to be in the Four Horsemen, right down to Steve Mongo McMichael.
I mean, Jeff could be Mungo. That's possible, too. He was pretty plastic.
This friend here, this place is occupied. That don't mean you're digging around the dirt with farm implements, baby.
Was their big manager, JJ Dillon?
I don't know. Good question. Wasn't Sid Vicious in the Horsemen as well?
I don't think who was ever officially in the Horsemen. I don't know if they would ever call themselves that at that point. I think Luger kind of was from a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, the unofficial Fifth Horseman, I think, is J.J. Dillon. He was the kind of guy behind it all. He was like, who wore a big cowboy hat. I've watched more pre-1987 wrestling in the last 2 years than I've watched any actual wrestling, so.
Oh, so you're really cultured.
yeah. I've been getting into some seriously, like, very dated Southern wrestling. Because the showmanship is great, but then when you like take the gimmicks and you're like, yeah, try to explain just how racist those gimmicks are.
What is it?
Lola's lifeline from the turbines.
That's a great Radiohead song. Lola's Lifeline from the Turbines. No, they gassed the old lady. Whoa, that sound effect. Break into a Crystal Method song.
So does this movie inspire you to use more synthesizers on your next movie?
Yeah. I promise you right now, there will be more synth. And I mean, I've got some songs already taken and set up for it, but there's definitely going to be more synth in Amityville Outhouse.
Activate heat gain.
Smoked her. I don't know, but I think that is an underground mall that's a Young and Bloor. I don't think that that's in the same building. I think that mall is actually sub-level.
What happens if we cut the lifeline?
We cut Lola off from her power.
Oh, she zaps us. How convenient that was there. Hit it, run away.
There is a major heat and energy drain for the power supply.
Speaking of better Canadian movies that are horror films, have you ever seen the original Black Christmas, Peter?
No, I haven't.
With Margot Kidder,
essential to resume connection with the power supply.
I didn't know about it.
I cannot
And everything froze too.
Everything froze? Isn't it moving for you?
Well, here we are.
Oh no, you froze.
Sort of.
Oh, you're back. Is it back, Peter?
It is back for sure. I guess that news is so big it just kind of plugged up the system.
Yeah, you froze. So I was like, when you said that, immediately you froze, but the movie was still going for me. So I was like, oh no!
Well, it was just some kind of epiphany because I heard about some Canadian movie that I'd never heard about before. So I guess
Wait, you've never heard of Black Christmas?
I've never heard of Black Christmas.
So this is Lola.
What are you doing? Banging your head or something like that?
Throwing the computer out. Well, even the Lola computer.
You bit me.
Black Christmas is like the original slasher.
Yeah,
Black Christmas is what inspired John Carpenter to make Halloween. This is why I love bringing you in here, Peter, because you're kind of like a clean slate for me to work with.
Oh, okay, good.
But regardless, it's made in Canada. It has a lot of Canadian actors in it, and John Saxton.
When we're at the bar,
But
and the beeper went off, you were going to.
which is what again I think was Craven's even homaging that by having John Saxton as being the cop in Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, but anyway, it's a slasher, and it's had a really shitty recent remake only in like the last 2 years. But about 10 years ago, it had an even shittier remake that's so shitty that it's good. Like,
good.
It's like this bastardized version of it. They tried to be like creepy in the new one, which therefore sucked. But the original
is you and I would.
It's good. I like it. It is
reproduces them as a
simple because it's the 70s and it's not really trying to be a crazy horror film, but it's you definitely see if you watch it, you're like, oh, that's what all these other films are trying to do or inspired by. But the point of it is, there's a classic moment of the killer calls people and like breathes on the phone and goes, "I'm inside your house." And there's a moment when, just like in the movie When a Stranger Calls, they have the line saying, "The call is coming from inside the house." But in the first movie in the 70s, they go to this like building that controls all the phone lines for the area, and they have to walk across the hallways to watch the clickers click between the networks to find out where the call is coming from. And then in the remake, they can just look at a computer and go, "Oh, it's coming from your address." Like, there's a building they have to like run around to figure it out in the original, when it's just like they just look at the phone and go, "Oh no, it's on the screen. It's this number. That someone in this house just called us."
Hey, you've got a VCR.
But since you don't know of it, this is amazing. At Christmas, Peter, you and I are going to watch the remake. I'm not even going to make you watch the original. Okay. You can figure that out on your own if you wish. It's a classy, solid film. But I'm going to make you watch Black Xmas that was made in like, I don't know, like 2001, something like that. Maybe a little bit later than that.
That's So Bad It's Good version?
Yeah, the one I fucking love. That's the first film I ever did for Terrible Toonie Tuesday. Yeah, we're back to this. When she puts on this tape that's advertising her as a stripper to like some country music video. I have a feeling she probably was a dancer or something, and this is an actual video she wanted to advertise. But for some reason, they just sit and watch it. We're gonna sit and watch them watch this video. Like people who are watching us watch this movie, we're watching them watch that movie. Whoa! What the fuck? Nope, too meta. Gotta jump ahead.
Don't do anything.
I jumped and missed a plot point. Oh God! The bad guy pulled his gun out and was holding her hostage because I think they were realizing what was in his briefcase was stuff he stole from the building. Even that people are dying, he's still just being a dick. That's a thing we see these days. People are dying and people are still being dicks.
Source of power transformation has
metaphor for life these days.
Restoration is essential.
That makes this into a great existential drama. People are always dicks and always dying. What the fuck are you gonna do about that?
The computer finally figured out that death is not a preferred option. But it's not necessarily a bad option, it's just not preferred. I like to just take some energy and zap you a little bit. If I can put my foot up here. There. I'm wearing unicorn socks.
Yeah, I was curious. I thought you were going to be showing off some of your socks.
Yeah, that's what I do. But I mixed batch today, like Punky Brewster.
We just want to get out of here.
I'm wearing alien socks on this foot.
Why do you want to
Damn.
Even if my knees showing up, I'm wearing shorts. It's not like I'm not wearing pants. So.
You can't keep us here.
You're safe.
We want to leave.
I don't do these videos pantless.
I'm sorry, you cannot leave. I need you for energy.
I need you for energy. That's what I say to my girlfriend all the time. You can't leave. I need you for energy.
So basically, you're this. You're that. The other people.
I
am Lola.
So it's a movie that basically understood how your existence would be back in 1982
when you
were living in Barrie.
Yeah. I don't know if in 82 I was living in Barrie. I think we might have moved there afterwards. I wasn't born in Barrie. I think we might have been living in Burlington, I think.
Already in Burlington.
Yeah, then we came back. Yeah. I think we lived there for like the first 2 years of my life. Like, or Guelph.
You were born in Guelph. I knew that.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal was with that. My parents were like moving around apartments until they bought the place in Barrie, and then they moved to England.
Oh, damn.
That is a see-through bra. On CHCH television, 1982. CHCH, the creators of Hilarious House of Frightenstein, which next month has its 50th anniversary.
Conflict between her id and her super ego.
What? Don't tell me.
I'm just kidding.
So that Facebook post
Tell me, is it
we should have
possible?
put up a statue of Billy Van.
Yeah. I'm all about that.
Is it possible
This guy
for a
does kind of look like a
computer to get
Billy
sick
Van
and
character
lose the
too.
script? I mean, can she go crazy?
Well, if internal monitoring exists and feedback's inhibited, it loses power. What we'd have is a possessed computer, watching its own behavior with surprise, probably dismay. Under those circumstances, the computer would be insane, the way people become insane. Of course, none of this is possible with Lola.
She's just playing Galaga.
I think maybe I'll just take a run downtown.
That sounds like going to the bathroom.
You should try that next time.
I think I'll just take a run downtown. Man, the drapes match the bed sheets. And then her like that. All right, fair enough. Which also, her underwear matches the drapes and the bed sheets. Was this movie trying to be sexy? Because that's really weird. Now, just, oh. We exist as a reflection of the screen. See, I so felt they were going to say that eventually she secretly was Lola.
Damn.
She built a robot body for herself.
Any idea where the hell we are?
I think we're in the generating plant.
Any idea where the hell we are? I thought he was pulling his fly down. He was going to go pee in the alley.
Is there any way out of here?
Why did his voice change?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've never been in here.
He has my COVID hair.
What's the matter?
But he went to a barber to get that haircut. I had to do that myself.
Wow.
You're not quitting.
I'm no hero.
Don't worry,
Now?
I'll stay addicted to drugs
Now you're
just for
wondering if
you.
you're a hero?
Might be a freight door or something the computer overlooked.
Oh. The job's finished and that's it.
You don't understand.
Understand? Understand what?
The others are probably dead.
Probably.
You don't know that for sure.
But I don't know
What are
that
you,
not
Fuzzy
for
Green
sure.
Beret?
I'm just following you, Ben.
Just following orders, sir.
I can't do it without you.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Let's go.
If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be able to walk forward.
Did you find her? She's dead.
Wah, 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 wah.
Where's Cindy?
Every time they say someone's dead, it should play the, like, losing at Wheel of Fortune game or music or something.
Thank God.
Or Price is Right.
Video game music.
Price is Right, I
What do you
think.
mean he took her? I couldn't stop him.
He has a gun.
He shouldn't have left.
Oh. I knew that guy was bad news. The first time I saw him.
But he wasn't Bad News
I've got to
Brown.
find them.
Damn.
Me. If he touches her...
Look, I think he's got a little bit more on his mind right now. Like the rest of us. He just wants to get out of here.
Is it Andre the Giant that
Come on,
shit
give
all
me a
over
hand.
Bad News Brown? Or did Bad News Brown witness that? Or
They'll probably head for the lobby.
Wander the Giants
There's a gun in
shit
the
on
security
Bad News
station.
Brown?
yeah, I think so. Like, you know
Let's cross that
how
bridge when we
Andre
get
used to
there.
do the, like, put you in the corner and then he smash you with his butt to, like, squish you into the corner?
Okay.
And I think he was really sick. And And he did that. And I think Bam Bam Bigelow tells the story of like them being in a match, the two of them against Bad News Brown in like Puerto Rico or something. And Andre the Giant shit himself when he did that.
Never heard that story. I mean, that's kind of like the
he might have puked on him, but maybe I'm getting it wrong. I gotta look. There's another story to look up afterwards. All these fun bits that we give you to look up after the movie.
Well, yeah, I remember hearing stories. I think it was when Ted DiBiase came to speak in Kingston about how when Andre the Giant was on an airplane.
Yeah, shit in a garbage bag.
Yes. They had to prepare that.
His assigned garbage bag holder, I believe, was Pat Patterson.
A little more positive now?
One way or another, we'll find the computer room.
Pat definitely told stories about having to help him with that.
Lola gets turned off.
There you go.
A $30 million system, and you expect to turn it off just like that.
A little while ago, you're ready to
tackle
anything.
Giant shit on Bad News Brown.
I thought we could do it.
But did you look it up? Did you find something?
I haven't looked it up myself yet, right? I got to focus on the movie and got to focus on your commentary.
Okay.
I guess I really don't know. I thought you were going to give up back there.
I know I'm going to give up, man. Actually, look up something like did Andre the Giant shit on Bad News Brown. You might have an even more interesting fact to share.
Even those who don't admit it.
Like people are shitting on each other in the world, and maybe you got some more high profile. Don't know how you get more high profile.
Start over again at an age when
damn, I think you could find it.
Competition doesn't even shave yet.
You think it's different for anybody?
I think it's harder to take the risks.
Oh, look at that! You know, the shit on YouTube.
Hold on to a job.
So he did some, what happened? Did he do some shoot interview?
Shoot shit. There's definitely video of both Bam Bam Bigelow and Bad News Brown talking about that incident. Because they're like, there's no video footage, but Bad News admits that it happened.
Can put an end to that holy paycheck.
That's, I guess that's the most excellent.
Sounds.
Thank you. Thank you. You provided the proof. Now people just have to look up the video and watch it.
Now, I'm glad there's no video of Andre actually doing it.
Dark alley filled with spiders and snakes.
So this part of the movie where they tell like why he's so depressed and why he doesn't like being a hero and why she's
about Andre shitting on Bad News Brown.
And that's all it's going to be now because our story is way better than the actual story they're talking about. No one gives a fuck what this guy's life is about.
Then that means Andre took a shit on Bad News Brown before 1982.
Dark alleys, spiders, and
in
snakes.
Smaller leagues.
Definition,
some like indie show that they were just doing.
Any of numerous limits.
Damn, I'm going to break your notes about this.
Suborder,
Puerto Rico.
I don't know if it was in Puerto Rico, but I definitely think it wasn't in America. And those guys often did Puerto Rico shows, and I don't think it was Japan because I think there'd be more proof of it if it was in Japan as well.
Yeah.
You first. Let her go.
Don't touch the door.
So much for plan A.
Just pulled a gun out of the cartoon universe.
Have you ever used one of these things before?
Funny style, just out of nowhere.
A video drone in my hand is a gun. Out of my tape comes a VHS. Out of my stomach comes a VHS tape. Now they're just hanging out in the boiler room where Freddy lives.
Near the end on the left.
Oh, there's the bathroom. Finally, he found the bathroom. Get a giant keyboard and throw a ball at it, and that will be the soundtrack for the next film I make. The ball just bounces.
Okay, boys.
You want to play games?
Okay, boys.
Get up.
Get up, and get down. Jump around, jump around. Jump up, and get down.
Listen, buddy. Just let her go. The door's open. You can leave. Shut up. Put it down, hero. Put it down. We don't want anybody hurt. Listen to your buddy, pal. Drop it!
Your buddy, pal. This is so Canadian.
Yeah,
funny guy. That was in really weird graphics, says that guy in the scarf.
I thought you were doing the voices of the stoner at home and
Why do you wish to destroy me?
You're killing people. You can't do that.
It's bad. Kill.
People kill people all the time. It is a wasteful process.
People don't kill people. Guns kill people.
Utilize the energy. I am not wasteful.
But we are human.
I am human.
What makes you think you're human?
I feel like you. I can hate or love.
And I bet if I put this in a bowl of milk, I'm just gonna shit myself nonstop tomorrow.
Computers can't be programmed to hate or love.
It wasn't programmed. It came from other humans.
Don't worry, Peter, that will not be the next reaction video. You having to watch me shit myself right now.
It took me a while to discover the feelings.
Just laugh.
I had to
Time to play the game
computers until I could fully understand them.
It's just you drinking, watching me do that.
Now you think you know?
Is there a cat clock in the background there?
What?
I cannot always distinguish between them. Sometimes love is equal to hate.
What the computer wants to know, what is love? Don't hurt me, my BTUs no more.
And that you're sick. And we're here to cure you.
Cause our love is like bad medicine. Likely to vomit.
I define this. I do not think I am sick.
The computer has a coronavirus.
It's losing power. We can help them. The computer's losing power, and if we can turn on anything electrical, it's got to weaken it faster.
Sure, okay. Out of this whole fucking building like that, what you do there makes a shit of difference. Bathroom light. Flush all the toilets! Button flicking action.
Code. Establish line input into outside power sources to restore energy output to building. Outside source needed to provide power to restore system. Connection operation commenced. Connection time, 2 minutes.
She's gonna tie in outside power. In 2 minutes. You got anything?
There's got to be an answer here.
In 2 minutes, she's gonna launch the nuclear missiles. The nuclear vessels?
There is no choice. Energy is needed.
You gotta have something.
I'm trying.
So intense, this movie.
This might do it.
What?
Only she reads the manual. He wouldn't do it, he's a guy.
There's a switch.
After all that, oh, there's an off switch on the back.
This area is restricted.
Should have had a V8.
We're not going to harm you.
We're just going to tickle you from behind.
This. You do not like snakes, Joanna.
Joanna, it's a trick. It's not real.
They're there. They're real.
She's making her hallucinate? That's a new one. This is like making up Superman 2 powers.
Joanna, where's the switch? Joanna, where's the switch?
It's Airplane 2 now.
Behind the panel. Lower right side.
Oh man, with me skipping around on this, my internet connection, I bet this is all just going to be choppy when it plays on the Patreon page. But thanks for making it this far. If you guys have been following on Patreon and made it this far,
Using your old touch law, that wasn't very strong.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your support. That helps me buy a pizza every month, and then I can, next time I'm in Kingston, I can buy a pizza for Peter. Peter, as a Canadian,
Well, you die, right?
do you not like pineapple on your pizza?
I do not want to die.
I'm really open, even though I know that it's a I normally prefer not to have pineapple, but I think that's much because we once got a pineapple PhD from the right back in 2017, and I thought this is like a tribute to Brian Adams, Kona Crunch.
That's exactly it. So I mean, if you don't, we won't. But I mean, if next time I'm in Kingston, we'll have a memory of Crush. We'll have a pineapple pizza, and that's paid for by the Patreonies here.
That's fantastic, and we can reminisce of that Crush promo where he crushes pineapple. It's like good.
Or we can reminisce on this terrible movie, The Tower.
It could have used Crush in it. Crush would have been great.
As long as the soundtrack wasn't brought to you by Brian Adams, but that's a different Brian Adams.
No way, you guys, I am hungry.
And they just all found each other and got outside because they turned the computer off.
Nobody's going to believe us.
No one's going to believe why everyone's dead.
Somebody will.
Someone, somewhere, somehow. Eventually.
Do you think it could ever happen again?
Only in the sequel.
Is there a sequel?
I don't know.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'll be producing in 2022 The Tower 2 Electric Boogaloo. Electric Bungalow.
Is that one of your future projects?
I think I'll make a fake trailer for that at the beginning of Amity Outhouse for Tower 2 Electric Bungalow. Leaving, you just hear one guy go, "Hey, do you guys like sushi?" This is 1982, and that was crazy to mention that. Well, at least they have a handicap rail there at the government offices.
It's pretty progressive. I think of sushi in the 80s, I think when you can't do that in television. Where they have a skit where the father comes home and says, I thought I'd get something international from sushi, and he gives me dead fish and he gets to throw up. It's...
And then someone gets slime dumped on their heads.
I recounted that skit in my grade 6 class, and the teacher said that's a racist sketch. I thought, oh shit, yeah, it is. One of the kids gave me a high five because I mentioned that.
Yeah, but it was Jason Lee, so it was. Fake Bill Gates here just comes back in and just turns Lola back on by flicking her switch from her lower behind.
Let's give you a little life.
Since this is a Commodore, it'll just take like 5 years to load anyway. The Tower! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You've been watching The Tower! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
One part of anything, often used figuratively, with implications of an imposing appearance concealing something inferior.
Crystal music going on here, just telling you about the world. Music performed on that Congo game you get for Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong drum game.
Okay, among all the other little points you'd like us to look up, I'll see what I can find on the production of this.
Yeah, what did we go across? You have to look up stories about Andre the Giant shitting on Bad News Brown. Look up that in less than a week now will be on September 1st will be the big event we're doing streaming of Son of Terrible Fest. And yeah, tell your friends about the Patreon, and we thank you. And Peter, I thank you for sitting through this whole thing, even that I skipped ahead a little bit, so it was only like 33 minutes instead of 42 minutes. But that was helping, I bet. I hope that smoothed.
Oh yeah. I'm prepared for this shit. Like, either I'm watching something like you're showing me something like this at 2 a.m. when I'm going to pass out, or is that 1985? It says right there.
Oh,
shit!
A little later than I thought.
Were you in England by then?
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, well, I mean, there's no way I was going to have ever known that movie when it originally happened. I didn't discover until somebody played it for me in 2012.
Shit. Well, thank you for showing that to me. I feel a little more Canadian having seen that.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon, Peter, and we'll have that Crush Memorial Pizza soon. And everyone enjoy. If you want to actually watch the film, again, it's The Tower. Just type The Tower, CHCH, obviously 1985, as we now figure out, on YouTube. You'll find it. So enjoy, and hopefully we'll see you again here. Tomorrow, I'm going to post another video on the Patreon, making it all worthwhile for you guys. So
ain't no stopping you. You're just the fucking Shelton Benjamin of the internet.
Ain't no stopping me now, except for this button.